So now we enter the final pitches, the ArabNet Startup Championship. So earlier today we had pitches by 18 startups, pre-selected by a tour across 6 cities in MENA, UAE, Egypt, Beirut, Dubai, Cairo, Kuwait, and Riyadh. 5 of these startups have been shortlisted to present in this grand finale. We're going to see a short video of the championship.
Hi, my name is Ghalib. I'm CEO and co-founder of YallaCare. YallaCare is an online appointment booking system, and we are also into medical tourism facilitation.
وفي المرتبة الأولى سديم.
I'm Craig McDonald. I'm a co-founder and CEO at Yalla Parking. We provide a platform to help drivers find available parking spaces in real time.
In second place, Docs.
So Break is a mobile application designed for internal use for a big corporation that help employees of this corporation connect in an easy way.
Thank you. I would like to introduce Fauzi Rahal, Managing Director of Flat 6 Labs Beirut.
Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're still awake and energetic and ready to support the finalist startups that we have with us today. Before I begin, I want to take you through a couple of slides that explain the journey a little bit more in words than in pictures, as we just took a look at. The clicker. The Startup Championship is an exercise that ArabNet has been running over the past 5 years around the Middle East, encouraging startups and entrepreneurs to give me a slide, okay? Let me know when it's done. The objective of this is obviously to identify and find the best startups from particular criteria, obviously, that are brought in all together here. They're exposed to you, the audience, the judges, and obviously the whole digital ecosystem, helping them, if not receive investment, but at least partner up and get access to markets or additional things that every startup in this region is in dire need of. The competition started in Kuwait in October 2017, followed by an event that happened in Riyadh. Okay, this is jumping all over. Dubai, Muscat, and then Beirut as well, over and above Casablanca. So 6 cities have participated in this championship until, well, they all kind of peaked and arrived to today. This is a summary of the journey so far. So Kuwait started first, and then Muscat, Riyadh, Beirut, Dubai, and Casablanca. Each one of these had participating startups that we selected 18 of. Earlier today, those 18 pitched to a series of judges, and we have a list of 5 shortlists that are with me here that will not be disclosed because the ArabNet team is being a little evil with the startups today. The way we're going to do this is we're going to announce you one at a time, and so you will only know that you've been shortlisted once you're going on stage. We're trying to spice it up, I guess. The actual winner or winners in this competition will receive a couple of things. Sorry, I have a big list of things that they will receive that I'll be reading from. They're going to get 3 weeks of training in Silicon Valley, provided by TVLP. They're going to get prizes from Facebook, Bait.com, SME Law, and Alibaba Cloud worth $50,000. Over and above that, Al TV is running a People's Choice Awards, and it will be awarding the top winner $10,000 worth of media and content, in addition to supporting the second and third runner-up as well. The judges that have helped us, or helped the ArabNet team and the startups shortlist and take them through the journey up until today are featured here. We cannot possibly thank them enough. They are the ones who keep providing us with their help and assistance in order to judge and identify who are the best startups that are out there. And the format. It's very simple, 4 minutes of pitching, followed by 4 minutes of Q&A from our judges. The objective is to obviously identify if they've thought of some particular things, if there are any weaknesses in their startup, and if they're happy to admit them. The judging criteria is 7 different aspects. Each one will be scored out of 5 by our judges. The first criteria is the value proposition. In other words, has the startup answered a clear and compelling need for a market? And does their product offer a good solution or even an important solution, right? The target market, who is the target audience? Is it clear, and how big is it? Is there a scale opportunity here that we're looking at? What is their competitive advantage in terms of the landscape and the product? And does the team itself have a really good advantage or barriers to entry? The business model, how are they going to make money, obviously, and will they be able to in a short period of time? How innovative is it? Is it another Me Too? Is there something that's actually solving something that's interesting? The core team themselves, are they qualified to grow and build this? Have they, is there chemistry enough for them to raise money? Do they look and act and behave as if they are going to run an operational business or not? And their marketing and sales strategy, in other words, their go-to-market plan. Do they really have an understanding of what it takes, and what is it that they're planning on doing in order to grow and succeed? My judges, and as I'm reading each one, I'd like you to please join me on stage. Jonathan Nelson, he's the managing director of Hack Fund and founder and CEO of Hackers and Founders. Please join me on stage. Without any damage, excellent. Welcome, in one piece.
Thank you very much.
Would you please just grab the second seat, and then we'll fill them up. Linda Gibbs, she's principal at Bloomberg Associates in New York, and she's the ex-deputy mayor of Health and Human Services as well. We're really happy to have her. There you are. And last but not least, Stonely Baptiste, he's co-founder and partner at Urban Us. Hi, Stonely. Please join us. All right, I'm going to quickly let you guys introduce you to our judges today before we start calling up the startups. Good luck to all of you. I'm sorry I did not decide that it's going to be this stressful, but I think it'll actually add up the spice as well. So as we call your names, please be ready to come up. I'll hand you the clicker. You'll have 4 minutes of pitching and then 4 minutes of Q&A. Are we ready for this?
Yeah.
You don't sound like it. Are we ready for this? Woo! Yes! Come on, give them some applause. They're all very stressed, and we just added an extra twist to the game. There we go. All right, I'm going to start with you, Jonathan. If you can, in a minute, tell us what you do and why you're here.
Just 1 minute.
Well, if you can.
So I was born at a very early age, and no. Hackers and Founders is a very large group of nerds building startups. We have a lot of startup events in about 120 cities around the globe. And for the last 5 years, we've been helping companies land in Silicon Valley and then scale globally. We're now launching a Hack Fund, which is a tokenized venture fund to solve the problem of investing in emerging markets. Wow, 60 seconds?
Wow, that was 20 seconds. Can you, I hope they can pitch it this quick. Linda?
And I'm Linda Gibbs. I'm a principal at Bloomberg Associates, which is a pro bono consulting firm that works with mayors. I work in the health and human services field, and I'm particularly focused on helping cities use data to inform best practice.
All right, thank you. Stonely.
Hi, yes, I'm Stonely Baptiste. I'm co-founder and partner at Urban Us. We're a seed stage venture firm focused specifically on startups that are reimagining city life, building urban technologies that are reshaping our lives in cities. And additionally, we work with BMW Mini. We run an accelerator called Urban X in Brooklyn, New York.
Amazing, thank you guys. So I think we just added the pressure even more on the startups with the profile of our judges. Don't mess it up, guys. All right, we're gonna start. Is everybody ready? Where are the startups? Can we see them? Oh, you're all over. Okay. All right. I was hoping you're like in one place where we can like keep staring at you. Okay. In no particular order. Sherpa. So Sherpa is representing Lebanon? Yes! I have your clicker. Hello. How are you? All right, we have a comfort screen, so you don't need to worry about us. You can pitch to us or the audience, whatever makes you comfortable.
Awesome.
We are ready when you are.
In the next 2 decades, nearly half of the jobs we have today are going to be automated by robots and computers. But wait, that's not a bad news. Just AI in 2020 will create new 2.3 million jobs. Now, that's cool, but you want the bad news? There are not enough graduates that are ready to take those new jobs. And it's tough for the companies that are looking to hire new jobs but can't find skills, and tough on the graduates that are trying to find jobs but can't because they're not prepared enough and they don't have enough skills. I mean, just imagine how scary it is for parents spending all their money on their children's education to end up unemployed and acquired outdated skills. That's bad. And we're here to solve this. Presenting Sherpa, an e-learning platform for youth offering courses for teenagers in robotics. We're starting with robotics and AI and going to data analytics and many more, preparing them for skills that they're going to need for future jobs. The platform, the users start by selecting one of the many available courses according to their interest. The platform guides them step by step in an interactive modules. In the robotics program, they learn how to build the physical robot or circuit, they learn how to code it, and every level in all of our courses end by solving a mission that unlocks a new level. So it's a gamified learning experience. And a cherry on top, we mix the whole experience while combining critical thinking, problem solving, collaboration, and other soft skills. And we have industry experts on board designing those missions for students. Now, a couple of months later, you'll see students solving AI challenges, analyzing data, and writing algorithms for self-driving cars. Now, we're entering the e-learning market. And this is a $252 billion market, growing at a 17% rate annually. And we're trying to enter this market by targeting schools, parents, and partnering with edtech solutions for a faster acquisition of users. And our pricing model is very simple. For school deals, we charge per student per year. And for parents or homes, we charge a monthly subscription fee. However, there is competition. Whether it's companies like Tinker or Tech Rockets, which teach coding for kids, but they don't relate to real-life mission. And they don't put you on a learning path. And then you have Udacity and Udemy, which are perfect learning path, and they offer real-life skills and applications, but they're not targeting the youth. At Sherpa, we see a great opportunity in youth, so we prepare them at an early age and make them rock stars when they become adults. Behind all this madness is a passionate and skilled team, with Basil and myself as co-founders. I'm coming from an educational background, my family has a school, and I've been an educator for the past 5 years. And Basil, a tech lead, he's been a geek and is experienced in development for the past 7 years. And of course, we couldn't have done all of this without a world-class set of mentors. Right now, we're in a private beta phase, but we already have 7 schools on board and 140 paying users. Our work attracted international companies, and we've won several awards. Now, we're not here to change the world. We're here to provide the youth with the necessary skills for them to become a generation of problem solvers, critical thinkers, and innovators. And they are the ones who will change the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you. With 20 seconds to spare. Judges, questions?
So what's your go-to-market, and how do you actually bring on new schools?
So for the first phase, we organize events in every region. We're starting in Lebanon. So we organize events where we invite an average of 20 schools, and we get them on board in the same day. So we get all the elements they need for them to take the decision, actually. It's been very successful for the first couple of months later in Lebanon. However, this is the first phase, which is the physical interaction. Later on, we're partnering with EdTech Solutions with pre-existing database of solutions, and it's going to get more schools very fast every month. So that's the second phase.
And what are the data that you're collecting to determine whether or not it works? Whether it's effective, whether you're achieving, what are the outcomes you're trying to achieve, and how do you measure those outcomes?
Sure. So we designed the courses with also universities and industry experts. So we learned from them what the skills they need in order to reverse engineer that and start preparing the kids from there. So if we can equip the youth with skills that can skip courses at universities, and they're ready even from a early age to take those courses, and actually be in an industry, in a company where they can practice their skills, then they are ready earlier than university students. So they don't have to wait basically to practice their skills when they graduate or when they are
Will you have a process of actually collecting data on jobs that they achieve, whether there's alignment of their actual employment?
I think she's trying to ask you about your KPIs, basically.
Yeah. So we basically track their where the skills are and how far they go into, like the jobs they take later on, and we collect that data into that, and we enhance the courses better for them to be able to be recruited even better with the companies, and even suggest talents to new companies that are looking to hire.
So does your model suggest then replacing in an earlier focus on like arts and logic and critical thinking for youth education, and go earlier into specific trade skills?
So in all of our courses, we encourage soft skills, as you said, like critical thinking. This is needed in whether no matter what major you're gonna or the students are gonna go into. So we put those skills and let them acquire them at an early age. So.
And have you unlocked some ultra efficient way of creating new content with the rate of change of new technology? There must be some cost factor to consider for keeping your content fresh and relevant.
Correct. So we have industry experts, as I've mentioned, which are always with us on a weekly basis, trying to not create content, but update the content that we have in every course. And not just that. So we learn from them what skills are going to be needed. So for example, we started to come up with a blockchain course for young students. Right now, simplify them and try to every now and then update this course to match the skills that the companies need.
What languages do you currently have, and what are the markets that you're interested in starting with outside of Lebanon? Because the 7 schools you're talking about are Lebanese-based at the moment.
Correct. So right now we're in Lebanon, as I said. We support right now English. We're going to support English, French, and Arabic starting in September.
Okay.
And we are our next markets is UAE and KSA, mainly because they want good quality of education, and there's a demand from schools for those kind of technologies, and they are willing to invest in this. And don't forget, we also target parents, and parents want good education for their children. They want them prepared. So this is another target segment that we...
Okay. All right.
Nice.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Nice job.
That was a scary beep. Okay, sorry, I have to keep opening this extremely confidential piece of paper to read up the next name. Startup number 2, Labay from Saudi. Labayh.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
My name is Basim Al-Bladi. Okay. I don't know if this works or not. Yeah. In December 10th, 2017, I have got this message. Your app has changed my life. Thanks from my heart. This was Muna, a Saudi young girl, has suffered a lot from anxiety and depression Muna is not alone. Today in the MENA region, within each 5 person, one of them have suffered from depression. And in Saudi Arabia, in 2017, in each single month, there was 100,000 searches in Google for people seeking help in family and psychology problems.
I want you to speak a little slower.
Okay,
A
no
little
problem.
slower.
So that we came up with Labbe. Labbe is a mobile app, connect people with your family, psychology, therapist by in-app messaging, in-app calling while they are anonymous. You don't have to put your name, your number, or anything about your identity. You are full secured. And you can choose your consultant either by experience, background, review, and we work 24 hours, 7 days a week. And also we save your money and your time. Your consultant is in your phone. And the business model that we are working with is we get 25% from each consultation done through the app, and the total market in Saudi Arabia only right now is 8 billion riyal. We have launched the app in August 2017. Later on, we have incubated by Wa'id Aramco. And in December last year, we got the second place in Saudi Arabia, in ArabNet Saudi Arabia. And then we have signed an agreement with IBM to support us in cloud computing and AI. But today, we have more than 15,000 downloads. We have done more than 2,500 consultations, and we have done 4 online group therapy in Saudi Arabia for the first time. And because this content marketing is really important, one of our major responsibilities to raise awareness about mental health, we have done 10 online sessions as a webinars, and we have published 5 free ebooks that have been read 5,000 times, and we have published 45 articles in our blog that have been read 10,000 times, and we have more than 2 million impressions in social media, and now new downloads growth is 130% every month, and the consultation request is 70% monthly growth. What we will do next, in this quarter, we will officially launch the on-call doctor. By next month, by next quarter, we will launch the personal assessment to help our users to know themselves better. And by the end of the year, we will launch some of the AI techniques and chatbot to guide user to the right consultant in our platform. And by next year, we will expand to the GCC and to MENA region. Our team, me, Basim Al-Bladi, this is my second startup. I have 7 years experience in project management. We have Dr. Abdurrahman Al-Bladi, he has a PhD in psychology and education, through Auda and marketing, Azmi as a growth manager, and Raid Ali, our developer, has 12 years experience in development. The investment that we are looking for, $350,000, will reach us to 40,000 downloads by the end of the year and 20,000 consultation session. And finally, this is some of the feedback of our user. For them, and for Muna, and for all silent patients in the world, Labbe is available and ready to help them. Thank you.
Thank you. And you have 1 minute left. You could have taken a little bit more time, but it's okay. I can understand that you're pretty excited. Can you before we turn to the questions, can you give us in this 1 minute a journey of as a user?
Okay.
What happens when I get your app, and what services do you have now? Because you've taken us through a lot of your planned features in the future.
Yeah.
But what does your platform currently offer?
Okay, no problem. You can download the app freely, like from the App Store, and then you sign up also free, and also you can send a request and chatting with the doctor for free, because we want to break the wall. Because we would like, those silent patients are afraid, and this is the major problem. It's like a taboo to go to a clinic in Saudi Arabia and the MENA region. So we would like them to take this step and chatting for free, but then if you'd like to get like an audio call with the doctor, you have to book an appointment and to pay the fees.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is what's currently now on your
and
platform.
the user just sign up username and email, that's it.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, but for the doctor, you have a list of doctors. You can choose the doctor either by experience, background, certificate, and the review, etc.
And how many doctors do you have on your platform now?
Right now, we have about 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we can start.
And so, again, how do you charge per visit, or do you charge per sessions, or do you sell groups of sessions?
Yeah.
How does that work?
Right now, we charge per session. Each session is 30 minutes. Yeah.
And how much do you charge per 30-minute session?
Actually, it varies, like between the average is 100 riyal, between 100 to 20 riyals. It is about
$60
$30,
max.
maximum $60. Yeah.
Okay. And why is there a range? Is this based on the doctor? This is based on?
Yeah, both based on the doctor. Right now, we have like this average. They put depends on the experience, the education.
Okay.
They put the price.
Linda.
And so I want to make sure I understand this. It's It's essentially a user-friendly tool for people to do some guided diagnosis and then guide them to the right consulting service and
So
connect
therapy
them to that.
generally is a taboo
Yeah.
in the country that he's trying to launch
Thank
this, and
you.
so turning this into an anonymous platform is the actual
Thank you.
difference that he's
That's
making.
very
I think that's very important to highlight to the
Yes,
judges.
yes.
And it actually gets me to my question, which is about the ability of the user to effectively use it. And is it like a crisis intervention tool, or more designed to help people who have no outlet, no vehicle to find services, but maybe they're not in crisis? Like, who's your target? Who are you trying to
We
get
are
to?
targeting those are suffered but afraid to go to a clinic. Those silent patients, we call them. We are try to target them. Actually, would like some of them also not. Sometimes they don't have a problem, but they would like to improve themselves. They are like not sure which decision they should take, so they contact the doctor. Some of them, like most of them, have an anxiety or depression, and they couldn't go to the doctor.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank
They
you.
go- yeah.
Yeah.
And like, what do you feel is the tail end of the life cycle of your relationship with a user? Is it perpetual that they continue to use your app, or do they eventually drop off?
Yeah, actually, most of them come back and take more than one session, and this is the advice because they feel relaxed, they feel like anonymity, so they came back. Like the average right now, like in this month, like April, the average right now is 3 sessions per user. Yeah, so that like we have like the doctor put them like a course. We call it a course for 3-4 sessions, and then they follow up because the chatting is free. So like every 3 days, 1 week, they contact the doctor for free. But then they call the doctor and for another session, and so on. Yeah.
How much does it cost you to acquire one customer? And the lifetime value, it sounds like 3 sessions at $60 per session would be $180 US, is that correct? How much does it cost you to acquire one customer?
We will talk like for April, the customer acquisition cost
For Apple, is that what you said? Apple?
April, like this month, last month.
April.
April,
Okay.
man, sorry, April. Okay, it was like each we like by real. Okay, it was about like each real we take 2. Like how we can say it? Like what we spend, we get the double of it. Okay, so it was like,
Lahza, you said it's about 200, let's say 100 riyals per session.
yeah.
Okay, what is the total that you would make out of the session if the customer pays 300 riyals? How much do you put in your pocket?
25%.
25% of that.
Yeah,
okay, that's the model. 25% revenue share
Yes,
on the platform.
Yeah.
And then if you advertise for a customer, how much does it cost you to get one paying customer in advertising?
Yeah, as I told you, half real.
Half a riyal.
Saudi riyal, yeah, because
Okay,
this is what we got.
under a dollar, way under a dollar.
That's like
So every 50 cents you invest, you get
yeah, because
$25.
Well, yes, yes.
50.
300 ريال $100.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank
Other
you.
question?
Yes, no, that means go. This is the clicker, please. Thank you. Thank you. Very interesting. Okay, number 3. Nafta Health from Kuwait. I'll have your clicker. Here you go. We're ready when you are. Good luck.
Okay, great. Salam alaikum. Good afternoon, or almost good evening now, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sophie Smith, and I am the co-founder and CEO of Nabda Health. Nabda is the first dedicated platform for women's health. We don't need it. Our mission is to empower the 170 million women in the Arab world to more effectively manage their health and the health of their families. It was mentioned briefly in the last pitch, actually, but for many people here, men and women, there is a real culture of shame when it comes to health issues, particularly those that are congenital or relating to sensitive issues such as fertility. So one of the things that we want to do is help women to overcome that culture of shame. Our mission is centered around 5 key areas or questions, which each in their own terms is a multi-billion-dollar healthcare question. So those are, can we solve the problem of infertility? How do we make the transition to motherhood as smooth as possible? How do we prevent the onset of chronic illness? How do we lessen the effects of perimenopause? And how, through early diagnosis, can we prevent women dying of curable diseases? So all of the products that we produce, which have a software and a hardware component, are designed to solve all or part of one of those questions. For the purposes, again, of this pitch, I'm focusing on the first question, infertility, and that's what our product relates to. So infertility is on the rise in the MENA region, which is problematic because this is one of the only parts in the world where having family really, really matters. I mean, family is central to everything, and most people who get married want to have a family. In fact, about 1 in 5 couples now will struggle to conceive, with infertility as the result of chronic illnesses such as heart disease and diabetes being particularly prevalent. So, I mean, a commonly seen illness associated with chronic illnesses is polycystic ovarian syndrome. And about 1 in 4 women, diagnosed and undiagnosed, will suffer with PCOS here. So our solution has 2 parts for this problem of infertility. NAPTA Fertility is a fertility application that is integrated with a real-time fertility monitor, an FDA-approved grade 2 medical device that detects ovulation with 99% accuracy, detects anovulatory cycles, and also tells you if you have a potential fertility issue. We provide personalized cycle insights to women. We do a couple of other things, which I'll talk about in a second. That's the first part. The second part is our AI, or machine learning, actually, based healthcare assistant, Oliver, named after my son, who you all saw on the video earlier, I think. His job is to direct women to the most effective healthcare solutions for them. So with NAPTA Fertility, we have 2 targeted outcomes. They are to reduce undiagnosed infertility issues to a negligible level, and also to cut the infertility as a result of polycystic ovarian syndrome by 1/3. These are our traction targets for 2018, and a little bit about what we have achieved on the left. So we won the People's Choice Award at ArabNet Kuwait. I think really that was Oliver's award. He might argue differently. We won the startup pitch competition at STEP. We place a lot of emphasis on our research and development. So we recently won a Best Paper Award at Innovation Arabia for our paper on disruptive innovation in the reproductive health of the MENA region. Our team now features 18 people. We follow the lean startup mode, so we spend very little money every month. That's the core team, myself, my business partner, Dr. Masaad Al-Razuki, and then our team who are based all over MENA. So our marketing team is based out of Damascus and Beirut. We have a couple of people in Jordan. Our R&D is in Kuwait, and then in Cambridge and Oxford in the UK. Our development team is in India. Our designer is in Bangladesh. I'm here in Dubai, and my business partner is in Kuwait. We also have advisory and clinical advisory boards whose jobs are to advise us on the strategic and also clinical direction of the company. They featured, to name but a few, fellows at Harvard and MIT, and that's it. Thank you.
Actually, perfect timing, guys.
Thanks.
Questions, judges?
So right now you have a fertility tracking app?
Yes.
Is that correct? So how are you making money, and how much traction do you have as of today?
So we make money in 3 different ways. We have a 3-tier subscription model to our platform, which for now includes the website and NAPTA Fertility, but will eventually include more applications. We make money through the sale of our medical device, and we also make money from the provision of strategic data insights to our partners. We have not yet launched the membership structure. So through that, which is our main revenue model, we are not yet revenue generating. Yes, that answers your question.
And why is this a intervention that's necessary to address the problem? And so I'm reflecting my ignorance around healthcare and these issues in the community. But why is this going to add value in solving the issues that you've identified?
Okay, so here there is a high prevalence of infertility. So there are a lot of people who really need some advice or information on fertility treatment, but firstly, there's not a lot out there. in terms of advice that is easily available to women. Secondly, because there's this culture of shame around many health issues, it's very difficult for women, for families, to pluck up the courage to go and be treated for infertility issues. I've had many conversations now with people who've been trying for 10 years to have a baby, and all that they've done is tried. They haven't seen anybody, they haven't spoken to anybody, and they won't do it. Actually, because in many of these cases, the husband respects the wishes of his wife to maintain a degree of privacy, and she just isn't comfortable going for treatment. Or if she goes for treatment, she won't pick the most effective option. She'll pick the one that makes her feel the most comfortable. So, for example, at the moment,
And if I can interrupt you, because time
yeah.
is short, how are women going to find out about this? If this is going to be their way of getting knowledge?
So in a couple of different ways, we will market directly B2C. We also speak to fertility clinics. So for the women who go to a fertility clinic, and there's a very low conversion rate for people who even make it through the door, they will offer this as a starting point for women who want to learn more about their reproductive health. IUI, IVF, and the other forms of fertility treatment are very costly. They're incredibly invasive for both the man and the woman. So they exclude a large portion of the market, and for the portion of the market that is not excluded, it's a big hurdle to decide to opt in. So this is going to be a starting point for them.
And so the platform in its current form competes with what mainly? Robo-doctors or fertility calendar apps?
So I would say our main competitors in terms of the products are probably the likes of Glow, Ovia, Flow, and other products that have been developed outside of MENA. So we are a MENA platform. We are for the MENA region. And of it, it's a bilingual platform, Arabic and English. And it takes into account, in terms of all of its content and product offerings, the unique cultural and religious traditions of the region. So for example, we're about to launch a Hijri calendar feature where women can track the days that they missed due to their period of fasting during Ramadan and schedule makeup days. That doesn't exist in anywhere in the world. We're also, we think, a smarter platform than any that exist out there at the moment. We call it the Health 3.0 experience. So we are using blockchain for our patient health records. We obviously use machine learning for our healthcare assistant, and we are doing hybrid healthcare provision as standard. I believe, and it was mentioned in the previous panel actually, these technologies are enablers. They're not necessarily standalone businesses. All healthcare companies should have them, and we are doing that. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Two more. I know the anxiety is increasing. Number 4, Sadid from UAE. No. I don't have your clicker. That's it. The big green button in the middle. Yes.
Maybe not.
Once you see your slides, we'll start timing. I think the guys are switching slides. I don't know if they know who's being selected either, so you're good?
Okay.
Okay, ready when you are?
All right. Hello, my name is Harga. I am co-founder of Sadid. Followers often don't find all answers or receive any answers left over social media, while companies have to invest huge effort in order to maintain their customer service over social media. At Sadid, we come every day to work in order to solve that problem. Therefore, we have built an artificial intelligence platform that understands and responds to followers' comments in any type of language, including Arabic, no matter which dialect. Through Sadid, we are saving companies time by responding to comments within seconds and filtering abusive comments instantly by 24/7 availability. And that's not everything. We are offering a powerful dashboard that gives insights about how many comments has been processed, replied, unreplied, or abusive catched. Also, we are labeling the comments. Is it positive, negative, or neutral? Our biggest asset today is the global language support, especially in Arabic. Sadid is using AI and machine learning in order to improve its performance and understands all follows input in any type of accent, especially in Arabic for Fusha or Amiya, which could be the GCC accent. We are very different in terms of our accents.
No, the one on top.
Oh, okay. Our target sectors are airlines, telecommunications, and banking and e-commerce. We have a total available market of 850 million spending yearly on customer service social media, 140 million alone in the GCC. We are targeting currently 1% of it. Our revenue model is based on a monthly subscription, therefore we have created 4 packages for individuals, small, medium, and enterprises. Each package is built on how many comments we are handling and how many accounts we are integrating to our system. Through our competitive offer, we are reducing actually 50% of the actual spending. Of course, we have competition, but indirect ones. All the social media agencies that are handling customer service in a traditional way of replying, which is manually. We are operating and having clients in the MENA region, in Germany, Jordan, and UK. We have strategic partners that are offering our solution in their countries with their clients, such as Reach in UK and Germany, Caffeine in the UAE, in Jordan, Light Pinko. We have been awarded by the European Union and Zain, therefore we participated in Mobile Congress World 2018 in Barcelona. And very recently we got awarded by Facebook, that's why we participated in the Facebook Developer Conference now in San Jose. We strongly believe that Sadid has a strong potential and is the future of AI and machine learning, especially in Arabic. We have not achieved this if it wouldn't be for the team. Abdullah, which is the CEO and founder, more than 8 years experience in OpenSouk and Souk.com, and is also a software engineer specialized in machine learning, more than 10 years experience in Amazon and Booking.com. Last but not least, me, I graduated in Harvard in psychology, have been more 8 years experience in Mercedes-Benz Germany and USA. Thank you.
Thank you. Judges.
What's your traction to date? Like how much revenue are you making on a monthly basis?
For the 4 months, we are operating right now 4 months, and we have made so far $52,000 US.
How much does it cost you to purchase a customer? And what's your estimated lifetime value of that customer?
Well, we are actually forcing them for a yearly subscription, so at least we have them for a year. The acquisition cost for us currently, it's around like $75 for now per customer, because mainly the customers that we are having have more than one account. So they have 15 channels in several different sectors. It could be their website, it could be through their email, it could be through their social media accounts. We are offering the channels that is right for the client.
To help me understand it, will you give me a typical scenario of somebody who would want to use this and what would they do with it?
Okay, Zain, for example, is a telecommunication company. They have 17 Facebook accounts. One is actually asking, I charged my phone over prepaid and it didn't get charged. It's such a random question that is happening over the social media. And mainly the people that are writing in Arabic, they are using Arab English. So the letters in Arabic, so our engine does understand this and responds to it and is getting the information about the ID number and ticketed it to the right customer agent within seconds. So instead of having a person that is just filtering and categorizing which category it goes, it ticketed directly to the customer agent that is taking care of it in a personal level. Some companies such as telecommunications still want to have the human interaction. We are the first interaction to calm them down, to calm the situation, and that they know that there's somebody that is responding.
Would you be competing with Genesis, for example, when it comes to the telco?
Well,
you're not familiar with that software?
No.
So what you're doing is you're channeling email, social media, website content, or any channel into this platform that does the filtration and then channels it to the right customer service agent.
Exactly.
Okay.
This is what we do.
So
well, it's one engine that serves all the channels. So the knowledge of the engine for your industry is the same one. We even can tell you which are the right channels for you and how good you're doing in each channel, because not necessarily each channel is the right one to use.
And is it designed for your particular market, or is it generic to anywhere you go?
Well, since we have the global language support in so many languages, if we want to go deeper, we have to go a deeper learning in terms of sarcastic way of writing. Like You know, there's a lot of dialects. A lot of people do not write like a formal letter. We have to go for each language deeper. We are covering right now German, English, and Arabic. And Arabic is, I think, the biggest asset today.
And the ROI that you're presenting to your customers is more from a customer retention perspective, or is it brand value, or does this also get applied to outbound business development?
I think it helps them in three departments. It's basically their marketing section, their customer service, and basically their after sales. So instead of out-resourcing it or having a lot of employees taking care of it, that consumes a lot of time, a lot of cost, no availability of 24/7. It could be weekends, it could be holidays. So having this kind of option, that the fact that can solve this with one platform and can determine and categorize this and gives you all these data, it's very valuable to the companies.
Last question.
What other competitors do you have that are doing this type of natural language processing in Arabic?
Well, chatbots does this, but this is the one-in-one solution. So we are offering also the solution, but we are taking it a bit further while we are handling a public page on a comments level, this is a different channel. This is a different sector.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck to the lady. And the clicker. I don't know what they're doing with the clicker. Okay. Last. Not to be confused with Sadid, which we just asked to join on stage. It's Sadim from Saudi Arabia. Ends with an M. Sorry, guys. Welcome.
Is it working? Yes, amazing. Thank you.
We are ready when you are.
All right, so great honor to be here at this stage, guys. My name is Mustafa Musa, a PhD graduate from KAUST University in Saudi Arabia, and today I'm presenting Sadim. Sadim is the world's first multi-patented flood information system with active networks already in the field to save lives and resources in real time. So this is the Sadim team, 4 co-founders coming from 4 different continents.
Can you repeat what you do? Because we all didn't get it.
Huh?
Repeat what you do. We did not all get it.
Sure.
Sadim
is the world's first multi-patented flood information system with active networks already in the field to save lives and resources
flood
in real time.
information system. Yes, thank you.
Sure. And this is the Sadim team, 4 founders coming from 4 different continents. And this, ladies and gentlemen, has been our lives for the past 6 years. First as researchers, and then starting 2017 as full-time entrepreneurs. And joining us since we started with ArabNet competition, 3 bright minds as well as engineering and in finance and different other areas. We have been recognized both locally and globally for one aim, saving lives and resources in real time. We started in 2009 to address the flood issues that happen in Saudi Arabia. And floods are now considered to be the most common natural disaster, accounting for more than $40 billion of losses every year. And this is where Sadim comes into the picture. Sadim is a wireless sensing solution that you can deploy at any area of interest, whether it's on top of the streets or inside the drainage system where the water starts to accumulate, able to communicate with each other. And once a flood incident is about to happen, all the flood and traffic important information will be transmitted to the concerned parties in order to optimally enable them to allocate the resources, warn the public via messages or smartphone applications, or even control the traffic, which reduces the economical losses. And we provide a complete solution because we're independent of the power grid or the cellular network, tested under the lead flood conditions, and also we don't throw away the current solution. We try to integrate them and make them better, and we have our own patents that we are the inventors of. Right now, if you compare Sadim to the flood management options that a city can have, you will find that Sadim provides more benefits relative to its cost in terms of resiliency to uncertainty. And also cities are paying more and more on solutions like ours, and we have developed our own strategies when it comes to our customer segments, whether it's governments, cities themselves, or service providers who are already selling to cities. And for that, we developed our own revenue model. So we sell to governments through direct sales and maintenance contracts by giving a pilot, for example, for free, just for them to try it, and for service providers to subscribe or subcontract our sensors and data. And on top of that, we give our consultation because we're the flood technology expert, and this is how it's translated to the main Sadim clients, which spread in Saudi and outside of Saudi. We get the green light from Prince Khalid Al Faisal himself, the mayor of the Mecca region, to start our deployment. And we're here in Dubai not only for ArabNet, we're also here deploying with the Ministry of Infrastructure Development. And actually, we already deployed last week, alhamdulillah. And this is how it's translated to our revenues, which we can talk about offline. We aim at becoming the world's leading smart city solution provider, and this is how our milestone lies down, not only traffic and flood, but also air pollution monitoring and more than that. And we're seeking investment to fuel our expansion and deliver the projects that we have in the pipes. Join us to prepare our world for the global urban challenges for this century, for this generation and the generations to come. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Judges.
So just to be sure that I'm understanding, you're a sensor network that monitors real-time flood, like water flood, as well as automotive traffic?
Yes. Right now, that's what it does.
Right now, that's what it does. And how much does it cost you to get a customer? And how much does that customer, I know, I always ask this question. How much does it cost you to get a customer? And how much does that customer pay you over the life of the contract?
So right now, what costs us is time more than money. It's just money for trips, for example, or the money to get a pilot done for free in order for them to try the concept of it. However, with the more traction that we're getting through past that, so we don't need to spend as much in the pilots. However, one pilot won't cost us that much actually. We're allocating budget
Example
from
costs.
Example cost, $9,600.
Dollars? For a pilot?
For a pilot.
Okay, and then the size of the deal that you would get?
Yeah, the deal that we can get of that is 50 node system, for example, of $500,000 US.
$500,000 US.
Is that one time or is there an ongoing?
It's ongoing because there is subscription of the data monthly and yearly, and also maintenance contract that we do based on the year. So we can add more information, add more application, for example, for the air pollution monitoring, and also the visualization that we have, a real demo of it right now, has a lot of analytics that goes beyond it. How fast is the flood is depleted or drained during after the flood? How frequent is in each location, for example, and so on.
Linda.
I feel like you just said the thing that was missing for me. I managed through Hurricane Sandy in New York, and we didn't need sensors to tell us that we were flooding, right? There was no question. So I'm like, why would I invest in sensors when I've got citizens, when I've got public agencies? I don't. But what you just said about the waters receding is the critical public health issue. It's very hard to get the information around.
Absolutely.
So now I'm telling you your product. Okay, you don't need me to do that.
Can I comment on that?
So maybe I just wanted to
let her
clarify.
ask.
This is about natural disasters. It's not about water main breaks per se. But
So in Saudi Arabia, natural disasters are water floods. So that's why he's using that as an example. But water flooding in the sense that it rains a lot, and now there's a flood.
Yeah, so I wonder, maybe I don't have a question, I have a comment. I wonder whether your marketing strategy needs to be about managing the after effects of the natural disaster, less about letting you know it's coming. You know it's coming. You
Don't answer. You have less than a minute and a half.
Okay,
He needs to ask you a question.
Okay.
You can answer at the end if there are more questions.
Sure.
How does the insurance industry play into your business model and
Insurance industry.
Sure. So let me comment first on the first
Sure.
question. So first of all, from investment point of view, we provide better eyes to develop a better defense system for cities, because some cities cannot afford to build a dam or a drainage solution that will take 5 years to implement and billions of dollars to do. So they can invest in something that is way cost efficient and also will provide the reduction of losses. Our first customer is in the States, the Ministry of Transportation in Austin. That was in January. The second thing I wanted, okay,
Yes,
I'm going for
quickly.
it. So insurance company, we're actually engaged with them because we're reducing the insurances that the customers have to pay with our sensor technologies in the field.
All right, 25 more seconds.
how are you finding your government customers, or how are they finding you?
How are your customers finding you?
So we're trying to reach everywhere using LinkedIn, using these venues, for example, talking to people here and there, middlemen, every possible way, we try to use it.
All right.
Have you found anything that's efficient? Like, are you monitoring what's working, what's not working?
Third parties, middlemen, subcontractors.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
You can give it. Nope, don't need any of them. Thank you. All right, this wraps up the presentation part. I quickly want to ask my judges if there's any one of them, without naming names, we're going to announce the results after we do the tallying and the closing ceremony immediately after this session, so don't go anywhere. I'm going to start with you, Jonathan. Is there a particular one that spiked your interest, or have there been multiple or none, let's say?
There were actually a couple of startups out of the batch that I thought all of them actually had very good products, very interesting innovations, and really congratulations to all of them.
So let me help you recap and help the other judges. So we had Sherpa, who's trying to solve the problem of children education. We had Labay, who was trying to solve psychological issues in Saudi Arabia. Napta, with maternal and other services. Sadid, who has handling customer service for brands and marketeers. And Sadim, the flood alerts.
I think, yes, they're fantastic, and there are a couple of that I would love to follow up with.
Amazing. Linda, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm amazed. These kind of conversations make me feel really old and dated. Just really remarkable, and the energy and the commitment to, on each case, incredible issues of public importance. And so, you know, in thinking about them, I really am using the lens of, will a critical concern of public interest be addressed in a way that the current market is failing? And almost all of them succeed on that standard for me.
Amazing. Stonely, any thoughts?
Yeah, there were a few that I felt were solving really important, have found a good problem to work on with some interesting initial approaches, and I think it's kind of obvious which one falls specifically into our space, so it's encouraging.
Amazing. Let's see what the audience thinks. I'm going to name every startup with a round of applause. If you really like them, clap as loud as you can, just to give us an idea of which ones you guys prefer. Let's start with Sherpa. Okay. Labay. Okay, close enough. Napta. Sadid. Okay, with a yay and a couple of... And Sadim. I couldn't tell the difference. I think they all sounded just the same. Okay, let's not let you guys wait any longer. We're going to wrap this up. Thank you all. Thanks a lot from our judges, Jonathan, Linda, and Stonely. We couldn't have done this without you. Thanks for all your valuable questions. I think you really helped us make a better decision. I'm going to collect your scoring sheets, and I hope you guys could join us in figuring out who the winner is. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you. Well,